Hello students, welcome to the class. Introduction. A society can be defined as a community of people living in a particular region and having shared customs, laws and organizations. Society's survival and growth depends on a number of factors, among which a system of communication is crucial, as people in a society get information, education and entertainment through communication. Advertising is a highly persuasive method of media communication. Furthermore, freedom of choice and advertising supported environment, which is often a promoter of social change, are two important components of society that are both promoted through advertising. Women and children play a significant role in almost all the advertisements, as they are the key players in the family. Children contribute to the sentimental values and hence the emotional appeal. To make advertisements appealing and relevant, advertisers use a theme revolving around either of them. Objectives: impact on consumers, advertisements and youth, advertisements and children, advertisements and women. Advertisements both promote prosperity and also is propaganda. Advertising can affect people by making them donate blood, smoke cigarettes and reinforce racial, cultural and sexual stereotypes. Advertisements try to get consumers to follow what they are advertising or buy a product, sometimes through the use of subliminal messages, celebrity endorsements or obvious signs. People in society are influenced by most advertisements they see and either buy what they see or talk about what they saw to other people. Advertising has a positive effect on society in some ways, as it promotes prosperity. In the Red Cross Blood Bank, the band-aids are a symbol of how easy it is to donate a blood and how painless it is. Donating blood saves lives and at the cost of a wound that would heal in a day. Anyone could do this to help save a life. Advertising also tells us about important issues such as benefits of seatbelt use. Wearing seatbelts has saved the lives of many people. Advertising helps to promote awareness of health and safety issues. Impact on consumers. Advertising through mass media is a purposeful activity. In fact, it is one of the most visible activities, even more profound than influencing our consumption behavior. Advertising has the ability to shape our aspirations. A great deal of damage can be done in setting unhealthy or unattainable expectations. Advertisements have a negative side too if they are judged in terms of their impact. However, it can be added that some such effects are more likely to occur when we start believing blindly every advertisement that is projected upon us. Advertising has a number of positive effects on economies. According to the International Advertising Association, advertising can encourage companies to compete and provide new products. This encourages more consumers to buy because these products meet the needs and wants of more consumers. Thus, the economy is positively affected. In addition, advertising can help create more jobs. As the demand for products and services goes up, because of advertising, more people are needed to manufacture, supply, ship and test those products and services. Thus, more jobs are created. According to Michael Schudson, a professor of sociology and communication, advertising has little power over the consumer, if any at all. In fact, companies support our entertainment with their ads while receiving little benefit at all. This is evident in the case of sponsorship in events like the Super Bowl or the Olympics. It is not uncommon to find some customers among ourselves who are dissatisfied, irritated or anxious, confused, experiencing restriction on freedom of choice or undergoing stress. Let us accept at the outset that each individual receives individual impressions from the advertisement one is exposed to. The impression is influenced by one's own needs, education, economic status, experience, etc. Dissatisfaction. To begin with, dissatisfaction, customers often get dissatisfied when there is a discrepancy between the actual performance of the product and expected performance. Our expectations tend to build up as a result of promises made in the advertisements. When the product failed to deliver in all such cases, customers might have dissatisfaction, anxiety and irritation. Anxiety and irritation happens if the advertisers deploy undesirable means to pursue customers. Advertisements of liquor, cigarettes and chewing masalas are not permitted on Doordarshan in our country, at least as on date. Though producers of such products resort to surrogate advertising, viewers can often be heard expressing their resentment over that. A surrogate advertisement involves using brand name of the main product for some subsidiary product. A cigarette manufacturing company may start promoting a set of cricket accessories under the brand name of the cigarette, though it is not in that business. In addition, the timing of appealing to certain needs at times causes irritation. Confusion. Confusion abounds when some advertisements make some common claims, others suggest different courses of action for the same objective. Some hide more information than they reveal. A number of herbal and non-herbal hair oil and shampoo brands claim to brighten, blacken, lengthen and soften hair. All their models are pretty or handsome too. However, how many of us know of certain if the models endorsing products are their actual users? If they do at all, for how long? Similarly, one out of several brands of cooking medium may suggest pure desi ghee for good health, while the other one may caution against cholesterol and recommend a micro-refined oil. Very often, a consumer learns bitter truths about genuineness of claims only through the trial and error method. They may have to try different alternatives for the purpose. Meanwhile, they incur the cost of experiment, often with no gains. Restriction on freedom of choice. Restriction on freedom of choice may occur When products of big companies with massive advertisement budgets get more exposure in the media, consequent to that, some consumers may start thinking only in terms of advertised products to satisfy their needs. Alternative products, including those of producers with smaller means, may escape their attention. Some home remedies and herbal preparations for common health problems are no less effective than many of the much advertised instant cure prescriptions. Impressed by glamorous advertisements, many of us, however, opt for advertised items. In other words, when limited information of only financially sound businessmen reaches consumers, it tends to have constraining effect on their freedom of choice. Youth and adolescents are exposed to a barrage of advertisements through television and other digital platforms. Advertising promotes certain messages which may shape viewers' perceptions of what society is or could be, including what behaviors and roles are considered appropriate for women, girls, men, and boys. Greater knowledge around advertising and its influence on stereotypes, gender norms, and gender socialization, particularly among youth and adolescents, can help inform future interventions to dismantle these critical barriers to gender equality. Amidst this social era, people are very conscious about their appearances, which makes a great key point for them to target their insecurities and desperation for validation, which leads them to purchase anything that might help. Youth now blindly follows celebrities as their idols, so they try to imitate them. How they style their hairs, which product they use, or which brand they endorse or wear. They want to look like them and shadow the cult. This makes a simple product a brand. Once the brand is established, the crowd tends to follow it blindly and recklessly. The middle class sector suffers due to this. They might suffer from the financial crisis. Since not everyone can afford all the luxury of buying anything they desire, but teenagers might argue to get branded clothes and amenities in spite of the peer pressure. This pressure may lead them to get into buying things that can be harmful to them shortly, but also motivate them to keep buying such to keep up with their personalities and desires. Sometimes these youth are misled to purchase the things they don't even want or in bulk because they are lured through different offers and discounts. Offers such as buy 2 shirts, get 5 free shirts forced us to buy 5 shirts when we only require 1 or get free stuff along with purchase above 5,000 or more. Red Bull, a leading drink company, was sued due to its exaggerating tagline, Red Bull, it gives you wings, making it hit the youth but also promising a lie. We all know and understand that one simple drink can't give you wings, and it's just a metaphor to convey the message that their drink is superior to any drink available in the market. But still, it might mislead teenagers to drink such a surgery drink in their early adolescence stage. Also, they showcase inferior quality goods well by marketing, simply distorting the simple facts and ingredients. The public, which is stuck by their rigmarole lifestyle, will always need something to spark up their lifestyle in the hope of a better lifestyle or to prolong their life. It will always benefit the companies to aim for such. At the moment, organic products and items are the biggest in demand because now people understand the quality and importance of a good healthy lifestyle in recent times. When the unfortunate event of COVID-19 occurred, the trade of sugar-free was jacked up in months, making it the public's favorite. The main motto of advertising was to make people aware of it, which is now all about sales. Vast overseas companies also started using tactics and at the moment turn out to be the phase of the market. We don't have any control over the merits and demerits of advertising or how they are impacting our cultures. We can still file a complaint under our constitutional right of the Consumer Act when we are not satisfied with the quality of goods or we are not getting the exact products that we were promised, but still laymen are not aware of such laws, so they don't take the necessary actions about it. Advertisements and children. The United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child recognizes the importance of the media, insisting, among other things, on children's right to information and to high quality material which is likely to promote their development. As far as advertising goes, the biggest impact made on children is through television. According to a recent study, children spend about 4 hours 30 minutes every day watching TV. This means that they are bombarded with advertisements daily, and truth is that not even the top researchers know how they may be being influenced by these ads. When advertising promotes unhealthy behaviors, it can have very real, very negative effects. It has hurt the children, the American Psychological Association concluded. Finding a link between increased unhealthy food advertisements and rising childhood obesity and connection between tobacco and alcohol advertisements and underage smoking and drinking. It has been found that young children are psychologically unable to make a distinction between real life and the image of real life pervaded by advertising, which may actually distort their understanding of the world. The real danger for children up to the age of 7 or 8 is that they may see advertising as representing the real adult world. Adult fantasies and violent images may be deeply shocking to children, cause distress and insecurity, and make them crave protection. Culturally, it is found that television advertising is imposing an image of life that is completely alien to the vast majority of Indian children. Many children are beginning to believe that the India and the Indians they see in television advertisements are the only ones worth emulating and learning from. In other words, all other Indians and Indians' lifestyles are either retrograde or passé, maybe even both. Unfortunately, few attempts are being made to draw children, for that matter, into a critical debate on the values and lifestyles that television and advertising on it advocates. As a result, material aspiration is reaching unrealistic heights. The immediate and intended impact by advertiser is that the advertised product is valued in a positive way and the viewers are convinced enough to buy the product. The review of research suggests that the unintended, broader and cumulative type of impact accrues from exposure to a large number of advertisements and over a period of time. Such an impact is long-term and deep-seated. These effects are advertising, influencing the behavior and mindset of children. Most of the stories they hear are not told by parents, the school or neighbors. They are told by a handful of conglomerates that have something to sell. That has a powerful effect. There has been a lot of debate on the influence that television advertisements have upon children. But to access the influence accurately, it is mandatory to learn whether children are able to comprehend advertising, to what extent and by what age are able to achieve that. Recent changes in advertising for children indicate a developing tendency of marketeers and advertisers to employ some form of animation in children's television advertising. This helps them to catch children's attention during commercial programming. The technological advancements, especially in computer graphics, allow a greater flexibility, variability and creativity in the elaboration of advertisements. On the other hand, the practice of taking advantage of the improvements in computer animation and special effects seem to suggest that marketeers may be experiencing an increasing challenge to capture children's attention. Positive effects. A. Advertising makes the kids aware of the new products available in the market. It increases their knowledge about the latest innovation in the field of technology. B. Certain advertisements with strong messages motivate the kids in chasing their future prospects, such as becoming a doctor, scientist or an engineer. They generate the passion in children regarding their future and make them realize the importance of education. C. Some advertisements inculcate good habits in children, as all the toothpaste companies create strong awareness regarding dental hygiene in kids. D. They can be a strong source of information. Certain advertisements, especially public service announcement, present innovations and technological milestones that can offer a good learning opportunity to the child. Moreover, they also educate children about the new products in the market. E. Advertisements that present other children of a similar age engaging in activities like helping out in the house or saving can influence kids to do the same. Negative effects. A. Advertisements encourage children to their parents to buy the products they see in the commercials, regardless of whether they need them or not and whether they are useful or not. Many throw tantrums and use different tactics to force the adults to get them what they want. B. Children are likely to misinterpret the messages that are conveyed in commercials. Studies have shown that they tend to focus on the negative rather than the positive side of the messages. D. Children tend to get attracted to high-end brands that advertise clothes, shoes, and other products, and disregard lesser known ones that are not seen in ads and create a tendency for impulse shopping. E. Many advertisements seen today involve dangerous stunts which children try to imitate, as do not understand the statutory warnings that come with the ads. F. With so many attractive commercials marketing junk foods and unhealthy beverages, children's health has been adversely affected. These ads encourage unhealthy eating, which in turn has led to an increase in obesity, diabetes, heart-related problems, and other conditions in young children. G. Children today have major body issues due to the images they see on television, magazines, etc. They are told that they have to look a certain way to be accepted in society. If they are not slim or fair or beautiful, they are unpopular and will not make any friends. They also think that if they do not look or act sexy like the women on TV, they will not be accepted. Due to their desire to look like such models, celebrities, children can develop eating disorders like bulimia, anorexia, etc. These can be extremely dangerous and even cause death in some cases. H. With more commercials targeting children, reality and fantasy do not seem to be different. This can cause a lot of confusion among children, distorting their sense of reality. I. It is important to teach the children the difference between needs and wants and teach them to only ask for something that they need. Advertising and women. Advertising shapes and reinforces gendered ideas about what it means to be a woman or man and how women and men are valued in our society. Advertising frequently exploits and reinforces harmful gender norms and sexualized depictions of women. These depictions have negative impact on women's health and well-being, contribute to attitudes that drive violence against women, and perpetuate gender inequality in our society. Media and advertising reflects the social norms of our society and at the same time have the ability to influence our perceptions through how things are portrayed. Looking back at advertising in the 50s and 60s, women were typically represented as mothers and wives, taking care of their family and husband. Fast forward to the 70s and 80s, the depiction of women's roles was much more diverse, but they were often portrayed as sex symbols or through unrealistic representation of perfection, a trend that continued well into the 90s. Advertising plays a major role in contemporary society. Every day we see hundreds of images which imperceptibly give us distorted ideas of the status, behavior and the roles of individuals in the community. Advertisers bear a heavy responsibility since they still represent all too often images which threaten human dignity, incite to violence and contribute to misunderstanding between the sexes. The gender representations in advertising reflect fundamental features of social structure such as values, beliefs or norms. Kaufman, 1979, page 8. Initially, women were depicted in the advertisements as homely with relationship roles and were portrayed mainly in kitchen and bathroom settings. However, in most of the advertisements today, women now have been portrayed as confident and outgoing. This transformation has come because of the several reforms and changes in the society. Photoshop. Mainstream advertising often depicts women as oversexualized, underweight, and photoshopped to perfection. Studies have found that exposure to this unrealistic, thin, and sexualized ideal is linked to disordered eating orders, lower self-esteem, negative mood, and depressive symptoms among our young girls and women. A woman's fear and stress is caused by beauty advertisements. Advertisements demand women to focus on their appearances. Jean Kilbourne described how Beyoncé was touched too by Photoshop to lighten her skin color. Photoshop has made society believe that it is normal to be flawless and to have perfect proportions. And that's not true. Many women are affected by the use of Photoshop because they feel insecure about their skin and body image. The overuse of Photoshop is used uncontrollably by advertisers and has led to unproportional body parts which is too ambitious to achieve. In more recent times, as the prevalence of female leaders in government, politics, athletics, and Fortune 500 companies has increased, we have seen a shift in our social norms. Despite this, many feel that advertising still keeps men and women in their traditional gender roles. The controversy that was caused by the social media and issued by the UK government as part of their COVID-19 communications that depicted women cleaning, ironing, and homeschooling while a man relaxed on a couch is just one example of many. Certain advertisements, some of them very widely displayed, rely on images which are degrading and humiliating to women, presenting them, for example, as stereotypes of physical beauty and using them simply as bait to focus the consumer's attention on the product offered. Advertising becomes genuinely dangerous when it uses images or wordplay to perpetuate sexism by reinforcing a stereotyped division of male-female relations or when it trivializes violence. Advertising is far from conveying the message that women and men are equal. In fact, it is chiefly women who are presented in certain advertisements as mere commodities or sex objects. The division of roles between women and men in the community is undergoing radical changes, but the women in advertising rarely reflect this. So, there is so much progress to be made on the way women are portrayed in advertising and the media. Brands have a responsibility to represent women in a responsible manner and accurate manner to promote gender equity. Summary: though advertisements affect by portraying harmful stereotypes and products, they also play an important role in influencing different sections of the society. Advertising can also positively transform gender norms and to support and normalize gender equality. For many years, community groups, academics, and industry activists have been raising awareness